What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. It's Thursday. That means it's time to talk about the new movies opening this week. The first film I'm going to talk about is the new submarine thriller titled Hunter Killer, which is based on a novel, and it stars Gerard Butler as submarine captain Joe Glass, who's on the hunt for a U.S. sub industrious when he discovers a secret Russian caught in the offering, trying to dismantle the world order. Or Captain Glass must now assemble an elite group of Navy SEALs to rescue the kidnapped Russian president and sneak through enemy waters to stop World War III. Now, this movie features besides Butler, it features a cast that includes the likes of Gary Oldman, Common, Linda Carlini is in this. The late Michael Nyqvist, who appeared in stuff like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and John Wick. I gotta say, the trailers have not done anything for me. I think it looks completely terrible. Now, Butler lately has had a streak of pretty bad stuff. I mean, whether you talk about Geostorm, Dan of Thieves, he has not had a good track record lately. And who knows? Maybe I'll go into this being completely surprised, but yeah, I mean, it's a winner on Rotten Tomatoes too. It has like a 28%. Yeah, that's a win. Also opening this week is Johnny English Strikes Again, which is the third installment of the Johnny English franchise. I admit, the trailers for Johnny English Strikes Again haven't really done much for me, but I'm kind of still really interested by it. I really dig the Johnny English films. You know, Rowan Atkinson is a really funny guy, so I'm really curious in checking this new Johnny English out. Now I'm seeing that on probably Sunday. So also also open this week are small limited films that got released and limited release last week, but they're opening in more theaters this week, including Mid-90s, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and all that. I can always see Mid-90s, by the way. Checking that out tomorrow. That looks amazing. Also out this week is a faith-based movie called Indivisible. Now this looks like it could be something pretty interesting. It's from the company Perflix, who's like the studio of faith-based, where you talk about God's Not Dead. Now, Invisible is based on the extraordinary true story of Army Captain Darren Turner and his wife Heather. With a strong faith-filled marriage, the Turners are ready to follow their calling, serving God, family, and country. Fresh from seminary and basic training, Chaplain Turner and his family arrive at Fort Stewart, yet before the Turners can even unpack their new house, Darren is deployed to Iraq. Heather is left taking care of their young children alone, as well as serving the families of the others deployed soldiers. Wow. I'm not going to read the whole synopsis, but you get what I'm talking about here. I gotta say, it kind of looks like it could be pretty interesting. It's always nice to see movies about about people in the military and all. And hey, I mean they really serve our country, so I really appreciate that and all. And something like this, I don't know. some of the faith-based movies I can't really have a kick out for. God's Not Dead. The first two God's Not Dead films I kind of like. Um, the one about the Columbine film. I'm Not Ashamed. That was a pretty decent one. So I'm kind of curious to check this one out. Now, the actors in this includes Sarah Drew, for all you Grey's Anatomy fans. Justin Bruning, also for all you Grey's Anatomy fans. Tia Mowry, for all you Sisters fans. So pretty decent cast and interesting premise. I'll probably give this a go sometime. Also out this week is the remake of the horror film Suspiria. This looks creepy, and I mean creepy. I heard that its star Dakota Johnson actually went to therapy because of this film. That's how sickening the film is. I don't know. I'm really intrigued by it. It's directed by this director named Luca. Let me pull up his last name. Named Luca Guadagnino, who directed that "Call Me by Your Name" film with Armie Hammer, and this one also has the likes of Dakota Johnson, Tilda Swinton, Mia Goth, Chloe Moretz, and the original Suspiria star Jessica Harper. This looks like it could be really very creepy, and yeah, I'm really intrigued by it. Also out this week is a film called Silencio. It's a Spanish film. That could be something interesting. A horror film called The Dark, which doesn't look all that great, but it has 100% Rotten Tomatoes, so I guess I'll check it out. There's also a film coming out this week called Burning with Steven Yeun for all you Walking Dead fans. Another film out this week is a film called London Fields, which stars Amber Heard. And now this was a little controversial because Amber Heard and Johnny Depp was dating, and they went through like a terrible breakup, and I don't want to get into that, but this, to be honest, London Fields does not look that good, despite it having a pretty decent cast. I mean, here are the cast list. Besides her, it has Theo James, Jim Sturgis, Billy Bob Thornton, Carl Delving, Jason Isaacs. Johnny Depp's also in this, but I think it says he has like an uncredited role, so I don't know if he's credited in the film or if his like scene is just edited out or something. So but hey, I like Amber Heard, so I'll probably check this out only because of Amber Heard is in it. Also out this week is a film called Border, which is from the company Neon. There's an action film out this week called Airstrike, which stars Bruce Willis, Adrien Brody, Bing Bang Lie. I think it's Lie or Fan. Now, Airstrike, it's another streak of terrible straight-to-DVD Bruce Willis films. Bruce Willis lately just hasn't had a best track record, I did like his Definite Wish remake, but even that I thought he was sleepwalking. I hope Glass is a comeback for him. Anyway, other stuff out this week is a Australian film called Solace that looks like a sci-fi film. There's a film called Manuruva, Indiana. Could be interesting. A film called Sharkers. Now, there's a horror film out this week that I kind of want to check out, maybe online or something, called Killer Kate. That, I talked about the trailer recently, and that thing looks crazy, and looks nuts as well. So I kind of want to check that one out. There's a film called Bullet Country. Susan Sarandon has a film out this week called Viper Club. There's like a horror documentary film called Long Shadow out this week. There's a black and white film called 1985, which features Gotham actors like Corey Michael Smith, Micah Chiklis, and Jamie Chung. They were all on Gotham, so that's pretty cool seeing them in a movie together. There's a film out this week called Beauty and the Beholder. There's some film called Bread Factory Part 1 and Part 2. I don't really know much about that, but it has Tyne Daly. So, hey, Tyne Daly is always awesome. There's a documentary out this week called Trust Machine, which is narrated by Rosario Dawson. For all you weed smokers, there's a documentary out this week called Weed the People. A documentary about weed. Nice. There's a horror film out this week called Don't Go with Stephen Dorff. He doesn't really. I kind of missing Stephen Dorff. He doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, he appeared in last year's Leatherface, and he appeared as Star's dad on that show Star, but you don't want to see him a whole lot. Hopefully that season 3, A True Detective, will be like sort of a comeback for him. There's a documentary out this week called The Health of Hope, which features Mayor de Blasio. That's kind of weird. I don't know much about that. Yes, if it has de Blasio in it, it's most likely a documentary set in New York or something. There's a boxing film out this week called Glassjaw, which doesn't look all that great. There's a film called Five Weddings. Diary 100, Run and Become. It's a documentary film. There's The First Patient. Yeah, not really a whole lot out this week. Not anything that special. But yeah, that's pretty much all the movies that's pretty much open this week. Let me leave it to you guys. What movies are you interested in checking out this week? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.